training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
In the Wrestling Hand.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
In the Wrestling Hand.
That's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/AwesomeCast. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I said Twitters again, didn't I? I need to stop doing that. So we have with us, she is the social media maven, and recently her voice was on the radio. The Dudders is with us. Katie Dudders? Katie Dudders? Dudders?
Dudass.
Yeah, the Dudass.
Check out that.
Check out Dud Ass. Were you about to pop your collar like I'm
I was
accidentally doing here? Are you doing this to make me feel better?
Yes.
This jacket won't stay down. I think because I pulled the cord up or my hair or something like that. So
You're just like pulling it up over your head.
that's how we'll do the show. That's how we'll do the show from now on. Katie, you're in the studio.
I know, this has been a minute.
I know. You're like, I need to come in here. I got stuff. I think you said you had something for Patreon or something.
For gold.
For gold, Patreon. Yes. Awesome. So that'll be for everybody later that subscribes to us over at patreon.com/awesomecast, of course. But let's get started with our awesome things of the week. You have news. You I kind of alluded to it at the beginning, but you had an awesome thing.
Okay, listen, I have two awesome things, and I didn't tell you about the first awesome thing.
Oh, secrets.
Today I did something that I have not done for decades.
Decades?
I dropped my phone in the toilet. The back of the toilet was not flat. This was not at home, because why would it be at your own house? The back of the toilet was not flat. It was a slight slope, and I just watched it go.
Is this a public toilet?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Not a well. It's not an often. It was very clean and not one that's often used where I was at. So it was not the worst case scenario. But it was nice because I just picked it up out of the toilet, took it right to the sink, and we got a little bath in the sink. But I love the fact that our phones are water resistant now. There's no words. Because I got a little bath in the sink. It was nice.
That's amazing. I was worried. Remember when I like owned a phone for about 3 days and then dropped it in the toilet and then let it sit for about 4 months before taking it in? And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll fix it." We're like, "Oh really?" Or like, I'm like, "This is what happened and this is what we did." And then the Apple guy was like, "I didn't see this, and I'm going to send it in to get it replaced." I was like, "Okay." So
Then my mom's like, "Why do you insist on testing phones?" Because if you're not, we haven't talked about this a couple times. My mom gets my hand-me-down phones. It's a process. Next. So my mom recently got the ran over by a truck in the mud phone. So which is still good.
Which has been fine. Which has been absolutely fine. So a toilet is easy. A toilet is light work for an iPhone.
Yes.
Show title.
So my mom gets potty phone in whatever, year and a half or whatever it is now. But yeah, she wants to know why I keep testing phones. And I just was like, I just hadn't done this in a while and it seemed like fun. But it got a better bath when it got home.
Okay, I know you have a secondary awesome thing, but I feel like this goes right into my thing. Unless you have more about this one. Okay. Because remember, I was always like, I don't want to get AirPods, right? Because I'm like, I'm going to lose these things. It's like, I am going to lose these things. Fine, Maya made it. I got the cheap set and everything, and I had no problems. I checked it. 18 months I had those, Katie, before like they started like the calls or like I was getting complaints about the calls and things like that. Took it in the Apple Store. They said I talked about this a lot last week. Well, I had my AirPods an entire 7 days before I lost the right earbud, and I lost the right earbud apparently in a place that has zero signal. So I can't find it, and I will never find it. It's in the void of Salem, Ohio, at a venue where I went to wrestling on Saturday night. There's some people that were talking with partnership for IndieWrestling.us, and this is what I knew was in trouble. The first case I got out of the car and it's on my keychain. Here it is. It's on my keychain. This is a new case I'll talk about in a second. It's on my keychain. I get out of the car and watch both earbuds fall out of the case and onto the concrete. I'm like, that's not good. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. And then go do the show, go out to eat at a biker bar where it got a little sketchy with a caveman and bikers came in and stuff. Well, it wasn't a biker bar, but there were definitely bikers. And yeah, that's enough. Go get gas. I'm going to go put my earbuds in to talk to my wife and catch her up on all the business from the night. And then I'm like, oh, God, where's my other one? I looked it up. And remember, we went and saw Godzilla Saturday.
Yep.
The AirPods are still in the waterfront. Allegedly, and have not been seen for 3 days.
Oh, no.
And here's another fun thing. When you put something in lost mode for AirPods, it's the entire set of AirPods.
Oh, no.
So I have the "you found this, please call me," but it's on all this. So I'm wondering if people, let me know if you get a text that you found lost AirPods or something, because they're all right here. At least a pod and here, rub this on your phone. You know what? Never mind. I know where it's been.
They got a bath. They got 2 baths.
Yes, exactly. So, anyways, you got to be in the studio more often. This is more fun this way. Anyways,
where did Dutters drop her phone now?
The only thing missing is a random cat. We should get a studio cat. No, yes. We probably shouldn't. But still. But anyways, so I am distraught. I'm like, this is exactly why I didn't want to get $250 headphones and all this kind of stuff. This is exactly everything. Like, it was the nightmare scenario. The good news is 2 things. One, I ordered I literally got back. This is Saturday night, so it's like 1 a.m, and I'm on trying to figure out. No, AppleCare does not cover lost. And I did buy AppleCare. By the way, it's only a year for AppleCare for AirPods. So the problem that I had wouldn't even have been covered anyways with the original pair.
Oh, wow.
So like, you only get a year on those things. So I think that's interesting. It's only $30, versus like, I think the phone and the watch are all like lost and stolen's covered now, right? Mm-hmm. So I wondered if it was over there too. So I ordered it like 1 a.m. Sunday morning. And it arrived today. So I have my AirPods. I have a pair. I have not sat down to figure out how to sync them with the new set, though. But I have them. Though here's the other thing. What?
Just keep holding my phone up towards you.
So stop holding your phone up to my thing, up to my earbuds.
Maybe I can adopt them.
Don't adopt my right earbud, okay?
Just one. I only want one.
Just one.
I don't want them both. I have my own.
You have your own. But then I realized, I'm like, oh, why did I never have a problem? Because I had I had this leather, because I had like the silicone cases and they kept coming off because I put them on my keys, and that's gonna be wear and tear in my pocket and everything, right? So I found one exactly like it's these nice. I don't know what brand it is. It's not like I'm gonna be able to pronounce it. But look for like these kind of quote unquote genuine leather. I hope it's not genuine. But it's got a snap. You hear that snap? That's how you hear that snap? Hold on, here. For you ASMR out there. Okay? There you go. That snap means you're good. And that's why. And it is wider. I get why it kind of flops open a little easier because it is kind of a wider set and a bigger hinge and everything like that. So I have not tested this on my wireless charger yet, which I don't. The purple wireless charger that I got based on your recommendation, which has been so great to me the last couple of days. I even took it to my mother's for Easter, and it was really good. Although I don't have much shelf space there to put it on. I had it hanging off of a dresser over the top of the bed. It was really, I'm just like, hope this doesn't fall on my head in the middle of the night. But it worked out fine. So I'm going to take it on my first trip here this week and see how that goes. And I'm sure Missy's going to want me to order one like right away. So the good news is I spent and I think I can still take my other case back in because it's well under a month, so I can get my whole $10 back. But I can. Oh, and it's going to cost you $102 to get your earbud replaced if you just lose one of them. So, yeah, so just so you know.
It's less than half off.
It's less than half off, exactly. Jeez, I didn't see what the case was or anything like that. So there are options and everything. You do get, although I was researching what you do get with Apple, you do get like express replacement that like they'll send you one, you send the other one back, so you don't have to wait without it or something if there's like an issue with it that needs to be fixed. So it's a quasi awesome cautionary tale-ish kind of thing. I mean, we worked out well in the end. I have a little bit less money in my pocket, but, easy come, easy go, I suppose. So there's that. So I got them, so I'm good to go, and I can take my calls and do organizing and whatever while I'm doing WrestleMania this week. So we're fine there. So when somebody's emergency, oh my God, we need X over here, I can have that in my ear and we're good to go. And I think I've already expressed and talked to you about all the fun stuff. Here's a side note on AirPods. I know the adaptive thing is really cool for conversation, but when I'm listening to a podcast and I'm talking to my dog, are you doing this?
It's the weirdest.
Are you talking to your cats and like, why did my music go away?
Oh, wait, that part where you talk over...
when you talk and it dips out.
Oh, yeah. No, the worst part is when you sing to a song. And you're like, I'm singing to it.
It's like you can't tell. That means our key is way off.
Oh, yeah.
At that point.
I thought you were going to talk about the adaptive where you were listening to the podcast and it was like here beside you.
Oh, the NPR thing? I don't know. I think I talked about that on the show. Yeah, where it was like I started the NPR Apple News thing, put it over on the table, turned the other way to see what was happening in the other end of the Starbucks, and was like, what's wrong with my left earbud? And you turned your head the other way and like, oh no, I just set up the spatial thing. Oh no. So I'm getting used to that, and I just wish there was a better button for changing modes. Yeah, you have to dig into the settings and go get it, and that I feel like that needs to be surfaced a little bit. Like it needs to be a toggle. Maybe it's in there and I just don't know about it. So if any Apple friends are out there. Steve from San Diego says, at least you didn't lose your AirPod case while the buds were in your ears. Is this from experience?
Oh, no.
Is this from experience here? So I apologize to the live stream. I realized I didn't set the audio up correctly, so we'll take care of that in a moment. Katie, you have a secondary awesome thing.
Well, okay. First of all, I want to say that I did tell my mom that I was talking about how I dropped my phone in the toilet on AwesomeCast, and she said, can't wait to put that by my face. I said it got 2 bats. She said, I bet. Yeah. So my other thing of the week does not involve a toilet. Not that I know of.
Good.
Or any sort of bodily
Hey, my mom just tuned in. So, Mama, you're just be glad you're not getting the hand-me-downs from Katie and her toilet phone.
Nope. Mud phone to toilet phone. I'm stepping it up every time.
My mom has AirPod Pros.
Oh,
Because I was looking for mine in devices and I saw hers in there. I'm just like, when did you get Pros? And she's like, I don't use them too often. I'm like, what?
she's doing better than
I know.
Don't let my mom hear that. She's going to want them out too. Because she gets my hand-me-down AirPod too.
I was about to give her my old ones, and then I looked up on the devices. I'm like, wait a minute, you don't need my shoddy old original AirPods. You got the bling bling in your ears.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm going to get Mama.
Other show title.
Mama Dutter's one.
Oh, a drunken tea ride. Forgot my Crown Royal bag in the tea, which is apparently where you put his case.
Oh,
that's how you lose them. Okay.
So if you've lost your
tell me your lost AirPod story, guys. Have you lost your AirPods in the toilet and then gave them to your mother? Let us know. I think we still have an email. AwesomeCast on social media.
It's fine. Yeah, I find us.
This better be a clip later.
All right. So I was on. We have friends.
We have friends.
We have friends.
What are you talking about? Not you and me.
Surprisingly, I know a bunch of people who didn't know that. It's
so we haven't done a show together for a while.
I like you're drinking coffee and you gave me this white glass.
I'm trying to wake up. I'm trying to wake up. I'm trying to get you drunk on the show. This is how podcasting works around here.
Can we get Dunkin' Donuts and White Claw to sponsor us going forward? Hi, if you'd like to be our coffee or alcohol sponsor for AwesomeCast, we really need it. Both columns. So we have friends that are Jags. We can lovely call them Jagoffs. I was on the Jagoff Late Night Show last Friday.
Yes.
I was. It was awesome. I get to talk about, this is actually the first time I've been on the show. I work for John and Rachel, and it's been, we were trying to figure out how many years, and I was like, whatever number you throw out, I'm going to agree with, because it's
about like 5 years or something. I'm just like, I don't think that's right.
No.
I think it don't think it's that long.
No, Rachel was like 5 years, and I'm like, sure. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. But I think they've been trying to adopt me onto their team since that long. So she just decided that it was 5 years, which is fine. But it's been a few years I've worked for them, and I love working for them and getting to work, just seeing what they do for Pittsburgh. And there's not enough words to thank them for all the things that they have done for Pittsburgh and the folks of Pittsburgh and promoting what we're doing, no matter big or small business. Hey, it's me. And I have my nails painted there. It was for 412 Thrive, which is a breast cancer and genetic mutation that causes breast cancer group that I am the director of marketing for. And we have a big event coming up on April 12th, 412 Day. And it's a casino night. And I got to talk about the casino night and all the cool things about what we're doing at the casino night. And I literally rambled off everything except for like the actual casino games. So there's so much stuff that I was way more excited about than the casino games, like the food, pierogi bar.
There's a lot of food talk on this, actually. Yeah.
The pierogi bar was incredible. And also, speaking of pierogies, last year we had a pierogi race. This year we have a pierogi race and a pierogi dollar dance. Like, you know, the weddings? Mm-hmm. We're going to have the pierogies. You can
dance with the pierogies.
Throw a few bucks in the thing and you're going to be able to dance with the pierogies.
Sorry, I'm stealing you away to LA for this one this weekend.
Life ruiner. It's my dream come true to
dance with a pierogi.
Yeah, that's what I've always
for only $1.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff like happening at this event. It's going to be, you get a chance to get dressed up. What's up?
No, go ahead.
Sorry. I was like, excitement.
I got a tip for later.
Ooh, I like tips. Tips and tricks. And, but yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that we have, games, foods. There's actually a DJ and a band. Nashville is it's DJ Wolf in the Nashville, and John and Rachel are our MCs. Mm-hmm. Ooh, so you get to hear them talk, which is always amazing.
What did they do last year that they said that there's a reason they're probably not on that anymore?
It was a live auction. It was terrible. But I mean, like, anybody doing a live auction is probably terrible if we're not trained.
Easy. No, it's not easy.
No, so they did such a good job that we made them MCs for the event this year. We get you a promotion. But yeah, so they'll be there. They'll be doing their thing, which will be fun. And we have a VIP happy hour if you get a VIP tickets. And then it's normally 6 to 10, but if you have VIP, you get from 5 to 6. So you get first chance at delicious food that we have to offer, which is amazing. And it's at Acrisure Stadium, which is incredible. We're in the UPMC, that big fancy, where you see it through the windows, all those fancy people in there. That's where we'll be. And you could be there too with pierogies. So it's combining all of your Pittsburgh loves.
Awesome. No, I got excited. Because Amanda says there actually is something when you're for the AirPods.
Ooh.
You long close. What was it? You long press the volume in the control center for the controls. But I'm realizing I think I unpaired my headphones trying to get the extra one on. So I can't really test it right now. So don't mind me. So
anyways, you can buy those tickets at 412thrive.org/casino nights. I realized I didn't even plug where you can find it.
Hey, there it is. I put it on screen at least for the video people.
Yay.
Yes, 412thrive.org/casino
night. Or you could go 412thrive.com. I bought that one too.
Or you can message Katie and ask the address.
Yeah, it's fine. just message me and we'll talk.
About pierogies.
Pierogies.
About love of pierogies.
Yep.
Apparently. So, well, we have a love of our supporters over on patreon.com/awesomecast. I don't know. I'm going to Patreon instead of my notes to figure out who those people are. But anyway.
We love you so much. We forgot who you are.
I say the same names every week, so we do appreciate that. And that's just ridden that into my brain for over the last several years. So hold on, I get back to the chat room. There we go. Thank you to people, everybody that does support the show over there. And of course, there's some extra stuff and whatever. Katie's mystery gold show off thing is this evening that brought her into the studio. So thank you, our friends at the Coffee Club level, Cynthia Klosky, Michael Fedor, Matt Weller, John DeGore, and Dave Podner, spouse of Rooster Affair at roosteraffair.com. Dave apparently enjoying being in the chat room this time as well. He wanted to be a viewer this time instead. And considering how much he contributed this week, that we might get to some of his stories. I'm kind of surprised. But anyways, and thank you everybody that does hang out in our chat room. We are here live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I guess it's a good time to get to the program. That there are a couple Tuesdays we will not be on. I'm going to try to pre-record some stuff, but that's never a promise. We'll see about that. We actually may I might try to kick the show to a Wednesday from one of these weeks. We'll see how my mind is holding up after all the travel this month. So, but yeah. Anyways, let's get into some more. Let's see. I already talked about you and the thing. We'll get past that. Let's move past that. Should we talk about what Potter did?
Yeah.
Now, Potter is not trying to replace Kid Mental. And we do need to take Kid Mental up on some offers here to do some more sound stuff here for the show. And that's on me for just not getting around to it. So... Potter writes over in the AwesomeCast AwesomeCast Facebook group that he used Copilot, that's Microsoft's Copilot, I guess, to create lyrics and song and Suno to create the music for an intro music for the show. 2 different versions. Sorry, Kid Mental. Let me see if I can bring these up here.
There's so much.
No, that's you talking. I apparently.
Pierogies.
Oh, that's you talking. Was that you talking about pierogies?
So much other stuff to do besides.
Because of course, let's see. Where did that go? Oh no, I lost it now. Let's try reopening that. Okay, so this is what he sent. All AI generated, apparently. Okay, it's got a nice beat. I've listened to a little bit of this one. This is a minute 49. I feel like we could do a music video to this. Like, we could get on the green screen and have an AI generate an entire video.
Yes. I like how we both got there. This might be a project if I had any time this month. Okay, so that's the first one. I didn't listen to the second one here, so let me pause that. I don't know. What do you think about that so far? That's incredible.
That's so much better than I expected it to be.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so here's the second one. I'm not sure there'll be much difference, but...
Oh.
Welcome to the show where the tech talk flows, where the future's bright and anything goes. From gadgets to games, it's all so vast. You tuned in to the AwesomeCast.
The Podcast?
Yeah.
AwesomeCast. The digital blast, exploring the present, future and past. Plug in, turn up.
It's better than what I could come up with when I was doing this.
AwesomeCast or the AwesomeCast podcast. Every download, a new discovery. Join the community, be part of the story. Tech trends, hot tips, don't let them pass. Catch them all on the AwesomeCast podcast.
And I have the lyrics on here too.
Stay a while. We're here to entertain in the world of tech. We're flying the plane, subscribe.
This one's only a minute 25.
It's time for AwesomeCast.
It's all like kind of too long for an intro though.
I don't know why we never thought to rhyme awesome cast and blast till today.
It's an awesome cast blast. Yeah, in all these years. Wow. So there you go. There's that.
Wow. Now we have to make a music video.
Now we have to make a music video. Yeah, we could just dance in front of the green screen, and we'll just grab a bunch of AI generated images.
Can you just drop this into Midjourney?
Drop the lyrics into Midjourney. Actually, yeah, I drop every line into Midjourney, and whatever the image is.
That's it.
Oh my god, this is such a good idea.
And
Okay.
then you got what were you just working on earlier? You had your AI what's it? The CapCut.
Let it edit it together.
Yeah. What did we do?
Oh no.
Why are we wasting our time doing things?
Oh no! I am so obsolete right now. Don't tell my clients. No. But that's not. JK. Oh, hey, a tornado watch. That'll be fun. So if we go off air, nice knowing you.
We got a big window.
We got a big window right here. Should I open the curtain so we can see it coming?
Yes. The Choco stand's gonna end up in here. And that might be the best day ever for us.
Yes. Hola.
Oh no, it's the hot sauce. The hot salsa.
So Potter definitely making a run at. I'm not familiar with Suno, but I'm kind of curious about it. So I'm always looking for new, interesting things for royalty-free music. And if it's generated, I'd imagine we have a little more leniency with it for things getting picked up. So, but I'll have to look at that service here. So again, that was Microsoft's Copilot plus Suno in order to put that together. I'd love him to kind of tell us about that process a little bit more, but that's probably all there is. Katie,
Yes.
you obviously have acquired a lot of iPhones over the years that you've promptly dropped in the toilet.
Yep.
Or gotten run over by cars.
Yep.
Or other things.
I'm sure.
But
I'm like trying to think what else I've done.
whenever you do, what is the first thing that needs to happen that's a pain in the ass?
Oh, that's wait, after I ruin it or
Oh,
open it?
no. After you've opened the new one because
I've ruined the old one.
because you've given your poop phone to your mother.
Yes, I give the poop phone to my mom.
Yes.
And then
you open the shrink wrap,
then I got to fight to open the box
okay.
because it's a pain in the butt because it's always like, brr. And then you try to make it slide out, and then you got to peel the thingy off. Is that my step-by-step process?
Okay.
And then go, why isn't there a block in here? A power.
Okay, we're solving one of the problems later in the stream. Apple has an in-the-box iPhone updating machine.
What?
So that when you get your new iPhone, you don't have to do that first update when it comes out. Because remember, it's been out there, it's sitting on the shelf or the shipment or whatever. And if any updates have come out, especially the first day release ones, there's always a 0.1, right, that you got to download before you can use your phone. And so Apple has unveiled, according to The Verge, an in-box iPhone updating, saving time. It's just a nice little rack, and it's going to, let's see. Yeah, so it saves you the 20 minutes, especially it talks about the iPhone 15. That was a very critical update. So it's going to wirelessly update the phones. It uses MagSafe and other wireless technologies to turn the iPhone on, apply the update, and turn it off again. Not sure what the tech it's using and when, but it does mention that NFC is involved. So a nice little extra thing. So hopefully you won't have that problem when you get your iPhone 16, 17, or whatever the case. I guess I'm on track for a 16 at this point. So
I'm at a 17. We're off cycle.
we are off.
Our cycles used to be synced. What happened?
Because I realized I have another year of phone to pay off, and I was not up to drop $700 to pay off my phone to get the new one.
That's because you don't have people waiting for you. Not like waiting for you. Like
for the phone. Oh, yeah. No. They got iPhone SEs. But also, listen. like one, I'm on 3-year cycles, and then also, could you imagine me giving these giant phones to my in-laws?
Oh no,
Right?
we recently had that conversation. I told my mom, I said, "Oh no, I'm upgraded to the Max." So this may or may not get sent to my mom. It may just get traded in for something new because I don't know if she can carry around a Max.
See,
They're big.
they're that same problem.
Big
same
for your
problem.
hands.
Yes, and the my in-laws are not as large as us. Mm-hmm. Trying to figure. I want to say
Big phone, small
they
hands.
They are diminutive people. Did I use that right?
I don't know.
Message
Ask
us
Ponder.
at AwesomeCast on social media if that was
Ask
an
Ponder
offensive
to ask
term.
the AI.
That's right, and make a song about it. And my mom is a perfectly independent iPhone user, so she's on her own. She's good. She's good to go. She's buying an iPad Pro she doesn't use. I don't know. She has 2 iPads so she can keep playing her game when one dies.
It's fine.
I'm always shocked at how tech proficient my mother is.
You know, she's got an Apple Vision Pro at home probably too.
And she's not telling me about
Probably,
it.
100%.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I did have to. I shouldn't say this on the show. I did have to fix her Roku this weekend because she's been telling me for 2 or 3 weeks about how the Roku is talking to her and it sounds drunk.
Oh.
Somehow the screen reader got turned on.
Oh.
She didn't know how to turn it off.
Oh no.
So
That's such a weird.
and it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible on a Roku. You flip through and you know there's like the blocks for each of the apps.
Mm-hmm.
It started reading like 16px by 16px. It started reading the metadata
Oh,
on it
jeez.
because I think something didn't close properly in the code, so it just read everything. She's like, I don't even know what it's saying. I don't know what language it's speaking. I was like, because it's talking code to you because somebody didn't do their stuff right.
Talk Cody to me.
Talk code to me. Also show title.
We have 18 shows titles.
I
in
know.
One show. It's fine.
Anyways, so there's the Roku problem. I wonder if she's still out there. Nobody's chatting this in the chat room.
They don't like us. They cover
They're
us.
done. They're done.
I don't blame them.
Is there anything else you want to poke at here? You have something.
Oh, I had the thing.
Yeah, you had the Google.
Oh,
story.
yeah,
Tell me what's happening in Google.
So our BFF Google agrees to delete our search data of millions of folks who use the incognito mode. So you know you're in there and you're like, I'm just going to use incognito mode to search stuff. And you're like, I'm safe. No. Google held on to a lot of that information, and there was a settlement because incognito means you're not supposed to be tracking me. That means you're not supposed to be paying attention to what I'm searching. Mm-hmm. So, you've gone, literally it says now you can browse privately. I wonder if they kind of took that very loosely, when they're like, I can do this. But yeah, so it was a 2020 class action lawsuit. Anyways, people are getting money for this because it was not cool, and so they've agreed to delete that data. Even Google employees were like, "Hey, you're saying you're incognito, but we're not."
Yeah. Like, shouldn't we be? Shouldn't we be fixing this? Yeah. So it's been really interesting. It's interesting to see. Lena Khan from the FTC was on Jon Stewart last night. And between that and he did a story about it. Basically, last night was Jon Stewart's, I'm going to talk about everything Apple didn't want me to talk about. To the point that Apple told them not to talk to her. Right? it's like, okay. It is interesting that these upstart companies are becoming GM and Ford, aren't they? Mm-hmm. At this point. It's kind of hard to root for these guys anymore.
Yeah.
At this point.
So my hot tip is, if you're going to look up questionable things on the internet, DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo. That's your browser.
Oh, a DuckDuckGo is its own incognito mode at that point, right?
Yeah, it's in incognito, and you light the windows on fire when you're done, and then there goes your browsing history. Mm-hmm. DuckDuckGo, friends. Better. The duck is your friend.
The duck is your friend.
Google.
Duck. There's been billboards around town for DuckDuckGo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember several years ago. Why do I feel like this is when I was doing Uber? So it might have been several years ago. But yeah, no, I know I've seen them around town, especially Ohio River Boulevard. I remember had one. So 65. So how is this? Have you used it? Do you use DuckDuckGo?
Yes.
Okay. I think Missy does too. So how are the results?
Oh, they're comparable.
Probably less crappy at this point, to be honest.
Less tailored to my interests, probably, if I really paid attention.
Sure.
Sneaky.
I'm curious. I might do a little DuckDuckGo challenge then and see what happens then. Because I feel like, I don't know. I can't say that Google is terrible for my uses at least. But I guess it's becoming, I don't care about my dad so much.
Like we've given it away.
You know, but I guess you have the story about, you worked in the haunt industry and would search very interesting things that I'm sure would follow you across the internet.
Yep.
And give you some very interesting advertisements. So and give you a very interesting demographic picture at least. So this is probably where you'd want something like that to not infect the rest of your online life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your spicy stuff.
Your spicy stuff. Yes,
Spicy
all of your cooking needs, you should keep off of. All your spicy cooking is exactly what we're talking to. My mom's in the chat room.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the salsa across the street. The spicy salsa across
spicy
the street.
salsa
That's going
across
to
the
end up
street.
here because of the tornado.
Yes, exactly. That's all we're talking about. So, glad we dodged that bullet. Anyways. Let's go for something that will not turn into a double entendre. The White House has directed NASA to create a time standard for the moon.
Oh.
So, time works differently on the moon. How does that look?
It's like it's another thing. We're like, we own the moon. We're gonna pick the time zones. Like.
Well, I think no.
Or is this just a thing for just the U.S.? Well, we are the only. I feel like we're.
I think there's going to be a United States standard moon time, perhaps. Right? I mean,
I feel like maybe we didn't create the time zones. I don't even know. I just feel like we really ruined them.
Yeah, Arizona.
So maybe I take this back. I take it all back. We need time zones on the moon because how are we gonna know
what time it is
in
the sea when we vacation in the Sea of Tranquility?
When we do our first SAE on the moon, our moon Baja.
There is like a rover challenge because that's one of the things they had at the Michigan thing when we visited it. By the way, our visit to the Aero Design Michigan is up over on SAE's University Programs YouTube page. So go check. It's a good 12 or 13 minutes of us. It's a nice walkthrough chat with the M-Fly team over there. So go check that out. Anyways, back to the point. So the issue is this is more solving a science issue because it's not just hey we're going to take over time, but we're not going to be the Time Lords of the Moon. But the idea that so the moon rotates different.
Oh.
So like a moon day, a moon hour is different. Right. I think that's more what they're trying to address here.
So it's like my timeline.
Yeah, like
I'll be there at this time, and
like Dutter's Standard Time,
indie wrestling time,
same thing, just with the moon.
Got it. No, it makes sense.
Yes. So the idea is, think of like atomic clocks for the Naval Observatory. They talk about like an Earth-based clock would appear to lose an average of 58.7 microseconds for every Earth day. They come with other periodic variations that would be a further drift moon time from Earth time. So, I mean, I imagine this is something in the scientifically spatial moon science community they would maybe standardize with other groups, but I'm presuming nobody else is really working on this idea. And this is also with the the prediction that we do intend to do more with the moon in the next year. So the White House, according to Reuters, I never say it out loud. Reuters, thank you. Haven't heard it out loud for a while. Reuters. According to Reuters, the White House expected the agency to work on other parts of the U.S. government and the other parts of the U.S. government to devise a plan by the end of 2026, saying what it has called Coordinated Lunar Time, LTC. So there you go. I can't wait to do that math. So, cool. Hey, eventually you'll be able to go into Google or DuckDuckGo and say, what time is it on the moon?
Oh,
Right?
Be like, what time is it on the furthest quadrant of the moon?
What time is it at the Sea of Tranquility? Obviously,
Aw.
right? So there you go. That was a fun one. And I love the comments I saw on social media was like, I'm really glad they didn't post this on April 1st.
Yes, thank you.
So anyways, what else we got here that you're interested in from this
let me
list?
look. Sorry, I switched out of that. I was looking at U.S. happiness levels hit new lows. Sorry, I just was scrolling and I was like, that's sad.
This was an interesting one. This is actually from Kit Miller's newsletter that we talked about on the show a few weeks ago.
yeah.
I found a couple of things from that. So the idea is, for the first time, this is a Fit Insider .co. I don't know, something like
Yes.
that. But anyways, they talk about the happiness counties. God, I'm not signing up for your newsletter. They talk about that. So as a response to this, there's an anti-loneliness sector emerging as far as startups go. So that was kind of an interesting thing. So obviously we have our social medias and a lot of, there's a lot of discussion about how that is leading to loneliness because it's not real interaction, et cetera, et cetera. So what some of these, it's just an interesting trend that maybe look out for in the next several years, months maybe. The kinds of things that are popping up in this are like selling a relational fitness. Peoplehood makes in-person emotional support classes cool. There you There you go. Making connection a habit. The thoughtful app reminds users to reach out to loved ones. Hey, this is kind of like the one from a couple months ago where we said that one that reminds you every day that you're going to die one day. That same thing, right?
Nice.
Yes.
You know.
Hey, reach out to people, and you're going to die someday. They could combine those apps because we need reminders. UK-based Time Left organizes the weekly dinners around the world. There you go. With strangers, apparently, giving remote workers remote workers at home. Ground floor is a social club co-working space.
Neat.
Wait, co-working spaces are back. That's okay. This is another thing. Here's a sidebar from this. Have you been to co-work since they opened?
No.
We worked with Aaron Kleiber's stand-up Get Down. And he has a deal with the space and works at it and everything. And it is like it's like a WeWork kind of thing. They have one in the South Side Works. They have one over in Homestead, right across from the Starbucks. Very nice. And actually, the one in South Side Works is right across the street. Hey, built-in plug. Our friends at Slice on Broadway supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for the last 10 years. So we'll throw that plug out there too. See, built in. You can't skip those ads. But no, I thought it was interesting to see that like post COVID, like there's been this pop up of this, and I don't think it's just a Pittsburgh brand either. This co-work. And I basically got the pitch when I went in from our friend. So I was like, oh, okay, well, if I ever, can't have a studio anymore, that might be a good idea. If I never need to pare down. But no, it was a cool space. We got the work out of it for the show and everything, and work with them around that. And it seems nice. My only issue with co-working spaces, too many glass walls.
Oh.
That bothers me.
Oh.
I don't like to feel like I'm working in an aquarium. Says the guy that has a giant window here, but also I forgot to open the curtains to see that we're working in here. So
Yeah, or that there's a tornado.
hold on. Let me see. Hold on. We gotta see the
We need a live
tornadoes out
weather
there.
report.
Hold on.
We're going to Sorg at the window.
It's not here yet.
The sky is dark.
It's not here yet. There we go. I like to let the neighborhood know that we're still here.
Just wave at strangers. Even though they're not looking at us.
People think we're closed. Like indefinitely, apparently. So I don't know. No, because I'm like, I'm in the studio over across the photography. I'm like, oh, you're still open? I'm like, yeah, I go in every day. What are you talking about? So we're not an open business. We're a B2B. So we're B2B.
Butts to butts.
B2B. We're not. I I was sending a lot of butt stuff today, wasn't I?
You were all in on the butt stuff.
Listen, I'm in a weird spot with the Ninja Turtles cartoon where, like, 2 episodes in the row, somebody shot something out of their butt. And I don't know why these are the 2 episodes I watched. Is this the trend for the rest of season 2? I don't know. Plus, one episode was entirely a D&D episode, which I need to share with some friends. Anyways, Paramount Plus 2012 Ninja Turtles season 2 gets wild. What else is in here that's worth looking at, Katie? I can't bring it together.
Let's talk about the 3D printed. Brian dropped this in. Brian Crawford. Women given a new 3D printed windpipe in world's first. Ooh. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It was in Korea, and they used other people's stem cells to design a tailor-made artificial windpipe. It's really cool.
You got 3DX printer. So, I mean, this is kind of something that we've talked about. What do I do? This is something that we've kind of like, hey, this is coming down the line that we'll be 3D printing body parts. Mm-hmm. So what is it made of? You said stem cells are involved in this?
It's built with nasal stem cells and cartilage cells from other patients to create the elements. Essentially, they're recreating the cartilage and the mucus lining of everything. And it's like, you get nasal stem cells and cartilage from other people. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And cells that were discarded during a procedure to treat nasal congestion and from nasal septum surgeries. Oh, so it's not like they're taking it from things that you were going to lose it anyways. That was nice of them. Bio ink, got some PCL. But anyways, this is pretty... okay. So PCL is biodegradable. It's supposed to last only 5 years, but they're hoping in 5 years they'll have something to replace that, and then she could just have that replaced. But that's really cool that you're able to 3D print a wood. Like this is really neat that we'd be able to. My gosh, if we could just create organs like this and help people, that'd be wild. That'd be so cool.
If it becomes a point with it, so I guess it'd be interesting. So a windpipe is a very physical function, right? So I'm wondering if that'll work for that, but like I don't like, can we 3D print a liver? Because I feel like a liver is more the soft tissue kind of situation, and I don't know if functionally we can. Yeah, I'm a biologist. Like I feel like there's like that soft tissue function. I'm curious if we're able to replicate at some point. But I guess this is the first step to it.
Currently, 3D bioprinting is the most promising technique for organ manufacturing. It can be successfully employed to print living tissues and organs containing blood vessels, skin, bone, cartilage, liver, and heart. So, this is something they're working on, which is wild, and that's so cool.
I got the chat to work. Apparently, it just timed out.
I'm sure they're gonna have plenty to say now.
They got stuff, especially my butts comment. Ninja Turtle butts. No, it wasn't the butts of the Ninja Turtles. Watch for the time machine. What? Wait. There's something about AirPods in a hot tub. Amanda and I are going. To put our AirPod Pros in and finish the show in the hot tub. Hope one doesn't pop out. But hey, AppleCare.
Oh, this show is so off.
You ever start reading something and don't realize where it's going to go? That's it.
That's right. I can't say words and replace them with other words.
Just don't drop your AirPods in the toilet. That's all. That's all we're worried about.
Dang.
Right now.
I have new life goals.
New life.
I don't have much going on. Please don't drop my.
Anyways, what else we got here? We got 1 or 2 left here. Oh, this was cool. They were really putting this over on Twit this week. So there's some AR classes that are a little more affordable, and from what I was gathering from this, they were kind of more tuned towards watching video in kind of a better environment. So they're called XReal, xreal.com, the letter xreal.com. If you'd like, yes, we got to make the X sign when you do that. Blink. So the idea is they have several different versions, but the biggest thing, spatial computing, they're calling it. The comfortable, it started about $300. So again, it kind of starts at a decent level there, and you can get they just look like glasses, to be honest, right? So let's look at the Era 2 Ultras, for instance, and see what we got here. Let's say they're calling it spatial computing glasses for developers is what they're pushing this at. So this guy, a very Apple looking situation here. Real world mapping. So these are more for kind of your mapping situation. So they don't really get much into it other than that. This thing. That's why I was trying. Like I kept poking around their website, and I can't really like, hey, we do this, and it's this, and there you go. But yeah, it is the augmented reality kind of situation. Yeah, that's a fun image. I'm sure it's completely realistic. Wait, is that Chicago? No, that's not Chicago. Is that London? That looks like London. Yes.
Just have a picture. We'll guess where we're at.
So yeah, they're pushing the idea of you have like multiple windows from your Mac and things like that. So it is like doing that kind of spatial kind of computing on, building kind of walls and things like that. So it feels like it's more an extension of your computer. They do have something called Nebula for Android that they're working with there. They do have an AR lab that goes with it. It does have a little bit of I'm guessing this is a battery pack that they have with a little block that goes with it. Or maybe that is where the computing is. And then they do have their own apps, I guess, too. So I don't know. It's a very kind of light. I'm always sketchy with these because they seem to be their own platforms. So available on compatible Android devices and requires installation of the Nebula app. So you do have to have an Android thing. So I wonder how much it's kind of pulling off of that. And again, they have turned everything spatial. Like it's really kind of digging in. I think this is a super geeky thing for the most part so far. So again, I don't know. It's another poke at this. But again, like for only $300, it feels like worth kind of trying out at this point, right?
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And they're actually kind of cool looking.
Yeah, they are. They got a little screen on there, and yeah. And again, I don't know if you want to wear these all over the place. So yeah, again, it shows that kind of like video screen kind of thing, and you can kind of block out. You see? Did you see the flip that happens there with the glasses? So it kind of blanks out more of the room and darkens it for you. There's something else that did something like this that was like kind of a more physical thing like that. So I'm kind of, and they call it kind of immersion control when it comes to that. And of course the sound, it looks like it's bone conducting sound. So really cool way to do that. Hey, if you don't want to buy a 80-inch TV for your small apartment, this may be the thing for you. So
look how comfortable everybody
oh
is.
yeah, look at that. Like, why is he sitting on the floor watching the video? I've always kind of wanted that. The I'm laying in bed and I don't want to prop my head up awkwardly to look at the TV. Like, why can't I just lay there? Kind of things. This is kind of the AirPods. Like, I know we put the AirPods in when we're traveling to block out whatever craziness is happening in the hallway, or each other snoring. But I mean, this is kind of that. Like, you can just kind of lay back with this thing and watch TV and not bother everybody, not be sitting up, not lighting up the room or anything like that at that point, right? Mm-hmm. So
that's nice.
Could be fun. Actually.com if you want. If anybody gets their hands on one of these or gets it tested out, happy in the chat room.
I don't know.
I'll catch up with that later. Maybe that'll be for Patreon.
Just
Whatever
reading things
that is.
awkwardly.
No, yes, we're not venturing into that anymore. So, yeah.
Funny. All right. What else do we have?
I think that's about it.
That's it.
Oh, this was. Actually, here's something AR. This is one Potters shared. Spatial. Am I saying spatial? Spatial. I say things very literally sometimes when I read them.
Oh my gosh, we talked about the gondola and gondola conversation, so yeah.
Yes,
I'm not much better.
Malevolent, I always had a problem with when I read it all the days. Did I tell you something my mother told me one time? This reminds me. I don't know. I'll say it on the show. She said that I was always bored in school because they thought I had a learning disability, but it turns out I was like, I was held back to something, et cetera, et cetera. But she said, like, I think you were so ahead in reading because you read all those comic books and magazines all the time. I'm just like, so my Nintendo Powers and my WWF magazines and all of the like Top Dog and He-Man comic books ended up putting me ahead in life. So there you go.
That's incredible.
But then I would learn words like malevolent, but never say it right because I only saw it as a word and never connected when people said it out loud. And that's always stuck with me. Like spatula. So there's a spatula for Apple Vision Pro. And so the idea is the spatial personas make Apple Vision Pro less isolating experience. So up to 5 movies.
What's he's pitching?
I don't know what he's
Pinchy.
pinchy. That is the greatest face. So the idea is, how does it work? After accepting FaceTime calls from the PR team, is greeted by 2 persona faces. That's those floating faces. like when by the way, we're starting to put out the clips of the floating head John Chichilla from a few weeks ago, and some of the comments are like, "What the hell are going on right now?" So.
Who's Ted?
So we'll see. I have way more of those, and I can't wait for people. Teach us. Oh, Mom's still in the chat room, by the way, when I told that story.
Run.
Anyways, they did so from here. I guess they sit down, stand up like in real life. Eye levels would match accordingly on the phone, tablet, desktop. Using their devices somehow. So the idea is this would bring. Kind of the interactive kind of situation. This really is. It's like the vertical. It's the virtual floating people idea for the most part. Here's a little video for us to kind of see how this goes over on X. So yeah, so you got a floating hand and face floating off the table and actually like moving a. This looks like Freeformer or something.
Yeah.
Or what do you call it? What's that app on there? But yeah, you see them moving around and touching, and it looks weird and virtual and CG, and there's a little bit of Uncanny Valley a little bit.
Yeah.
Like those eyebrows kind of moved a little too much. Things like that. So like, and this was kind of the promise of getting it out there and kind of seeing what works with it. So again, work in progress. You're basically in. Oh, I just ended up in a car article. This is an article over at Inverse that was shared. So if you want to check that out, well, of course, we'll have everything linked in the show notes. So, Katie,
Yes.
you have anything you want to go out on?
No, I have nothing else to offer.
What is the first thing you need to do after you drop your phone in the toilet?
Pull it out of the toilet.
Okay, that's just
Then take it to the sink and give it a nice bath.
nice.
Put some hand soap on it.
How soon before you take a call on it?
Well, the funny thing you should say that, because the first call I took on it before I got home and gave it a really proper bath was with your wife. I was like, oh, I'll make sure I get it home and get it out of a bath. And then I was in the car talking to her, and I was like, oh, I got to run in for another meeting. So it's like,
Oh no!
so yeah, I had toilet soap on my face. thanks to your wife.
You weren't thinking about it at the time.
No, I was like, I got 5 minutes to get on this call. I gotta go.
Jeez.
Listen, it's too busy to worry about the things.
Germs.
Germs. I don't have time. Hygiene.
Katie Dudas.
Yes.
Kate Murray PGH. What was your .com? Is it Katie Dudas?
It's katiedudas.com.
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 I was looking at that the other day after you mentioned it on the radio
it's
show.
my tree.
No, what?
It's just my link tree.
It is at your link tree, but still, that's nice. You got your arts. I appreciate that you have Fishing Without Beta episodes on there, and your jack off articles, and your Hockey Fights Cancer coverage.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything Katie in one place. Everybody should do this, by the way.
I should change that to X. It still says Twitter.
No.
No, I'm leaving
No, we're
Twitter.
gonna dead name X. So we don't. Everybody knows what you mean. I mean, come on. I notice. I feel like certain other services are intentionally not changing when they connect. Like connect with Twitter. Like TikTok. I think still says Twitter. I think. I think they've changed the logo on if this and that. But still, there's still a little there still says Twitter everywhere. So I feel like if you put X everywhere, that might be like a coding problem.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
So
That's not going to work the way we want it to.
what do you got going on? Anything coming
Nothing.
up?
I have nothing
You
going on.
Nothing going on now.
Zero.
All the interesting stuff just happened.
Oh my gosh. So check out 412thrive.org and Casino Night, because that's going to be a really cool event. But yeah, that's the big thing, gearing up for and working on that stuff and stuff and things. That's pretty much the big thing, I think.
Then we go to California next weekend.
Oh, I'm just not ready.
Hey, it's 3 days of working with fun people that I just had a conversation with at Aero Design. And
Says the guy who isn't having a event the Friday we're in California.
It'll be fine. The planes aren't
Have
in the
you
air.
ever done an event before? Have you planned anything at this
Listen,
level before?
No. The same day you're dealing with this, somebody's going to be doing a show in Chicago I have to keep an eye on. So we might both be freaking out that day. if things are going weird. And they don't even have a flight to Chicago yet. So, like, I mean, I think although yours might be rougher.
Yeah,
I mean, if yours might be a little rougher, but it's in the evening. We'll be fine.
No, because I do everything. Like the ticketing, like that doesn't stop because it is not event time only.
Well, at least we're not in the middle of nowhere.
Thank goodness. Yeah, that's the only thing. Or I'd be like, I'm taking the car. I gotta go by.
That's okay. We'll take you play some beach volleyball with Glenn, and we'll have a good time.
Sorry, my new journaling suggestion just popped up on my watch for the day.
Is that Apple Journal?
Yeah. I just like to see what it suggests.
Me too. Like I haven't done anything with it because it just seems like more work I don't have time for.
I had an appointment at my plastic surgeon, just like a follow-up thing from post-surgery, and it's like, new journaling suggestion, morning visit near UPMC aesthetic plastic surgeons. That seems like a nice thing to journal about.
And it's like it like pulls the pictures from the day in and everything too. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to do that? I don't know. I just like
to see the suggestions.
It's an interesting experiment. Anyways, it's helping somebody out there, I'm sure. Just like the mindfulness reminders that I ignore on my watch. Anyways, at Sorgatron on Twitter, I will be in Philadelphia starting tomorrow, Wednesday through the weekend. I will be at WrestleMania up in the nosebleed section, but that's okay. I will be there to see how that goes. I will also be at the ECW Arena doing backstage stuff for Stardom, and Missy will be doing the 880 Goes Philly show with our videographer over there, doing some tapings for that. I'll be around WrestleCon Friday a little bit, and who knows? I'm still deciding what to do Friday night. Probably going to a wrestling show or something like that. So we'll be around. There'll be a lot of wrestles going on.
Wrestles.
You know what I've never done in Philadelphia all the times I've been there? Visit the Rocky statue. And I've told myself this is the time it's going to happen. So I'm going to blow myself up going up those steps. If you're on Patreon, stay tuned. Check out the feed, and we will have the I don't know, whatever Katie has in store for her. She still hasn't told me yet, so we'll find out that
stuff
in a
and
moment.
things.
Thank you, everybody. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.